there folks, man, have I got a car or an SUV for us today. Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio, 505 horsepower from a 2.9 V6 twin turbo engine, 8-speed automatic transmission, torque vectoring, stability control, everything you want in a vehicle. Adjustable dampers, DNA Pro drive modes. I mean, this thing has everything. This is the rocket ship of SUVs. So here it is. This Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio has everything you need to go as fast as you can. Like I said, 505 horsepower, V6, twin turbo. But as far as stopping you have Brembo brakes all around, front and rear. These tires are spectacular. They're LEP zeros. In the front, we're running, what size do we have here? 20-inch rims in the front, 255s in the back, and I believe 285s in the rear. Got 285 40s in the rear. Dual exhaust. I mean, this thing is an absolute rocket ship. I cannot emphasize to you how quick this SUV is. If you want to get anywhere fast, this is going to get you there incredibly fast. Now, of course, the bright red paint might get you noticed, but hey, that's okay. When in Rome, do as the Romans do, right? So, of course, in the front of the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, we have the LED lights, very bright. Of course, it has these cool HID lights as well in there as well. I love the signature kind of grille that Alfa Romeo does. Looks great, goes back to their heritage. You've got these hood vents here. These are actually active. I mean, I can feel the heat coming off of this car. And man, it's such an iconic look. It is such a cool looking SUV. You can get a regular old boring SUV, go out and buy whatever you want. If you want to make a statement, I mean, this really does make a statement. This bright red, that looks just awesome. So as far as the view that most people are going to get of your Stelvio, it's going to be this end of the car, because you're leaving them in just a cloud of carbon monoxide. It's awesome, just the ferocity of the motor, how fast this SUV goes down the road. So this is pretty much what other people are going to see of your car. But it is still a very nice view, nice tail lights, of course the Alfa Romeo emblem, nice rear wiper, little diffuser back there, and of course those quad exhaust tips look awesome. So let's start it up and see how it sounds real quick. Let's take a look at the inside of this Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio. Seats are great, very supportive, very nice, full power, backrest, lumbar support. Has the little front piece where you can adjust it for your thighs here. Steering wheel feels great, leather wrapped, kind of a flat bottom here. Very cool push button start right here. Has all the controls you'd expect on the steering wheel. Big paddle shifter is very responsive. Headlight controls are over here. Great speakers, Harman Kardon stereo system. It sounds great. 3-way adjustable seat memory. So you have the memory for them as well over there. As far as the infotainment system, it's really good. It has a really good stereo system. I've been listening to Sirius radio on it, and works fantastic. Standard air conditioning type control, dual zone control, all that kind of stuff. Nice shifter, manual mode obviously as well, automatic mode. Has a little section here where you can keep your drinks and things as well. So a really nicely done interior. As far as the seats go, like I said, great seats. I really like the stitching as well, and the leather dash and everything, nicely sculpted. Very clear instrument panel. Just a really nicely done interior. Very nice job. Okay, so as far as the interior of the Stelvio, very nice place to be, like I was saying. Like I said, great steering wheel, the paddle shifters, beautiful carbon fiber inlays all over the place, really nice stitching, leather surfaces, nice and soft and supple. Pretty much everywhere you can touch is leather or carbon fiber. Like I said, the shifter's real nice, has the same red stitching in the leather here, the little Italian flag kind of logo over here. As far as the infotainment system goes, really good system. I mean, pretty responsive. Your GPS system right here. Obviously your Sirius satellite radio works really well. I had a really good time kind of jamming out in the car. Obviously your normal controls. Like I said, here you have your 2 drink holders. Pretty good size. You can fit a pretty good size drink in there. Electronic parking brake. One thing I do think is kind of weird, not my favorite design feature, but is where they put the stereo control as far as for the volume, which I guess is kind of cool if you're driving in this position. It's just one of those weird things I think that maybe you might knock or something like that and change the channel when you don't want to, but this controls the volume of the channels. Of course, it has like your standard kind of big infotainment knob here where you can kind of go through all the settings on the vehicle, go through the driver assistance warnings, blind spot alerts, forward collision, parking sense, all that kind of stuff. Change your backup camera settings, etc., etc. Pretty darn responsive climate control system. Let's take a look at that one real quick. Yeah, nice graphics. I mean, man, they did a really nice job on it. And you can kind of go through all the different settings, and pretty cool. I don't know what half of them do, but, you know, when you buy the car, you can work it out. Here's our performance gauges. Let's take a look at this. It's got some technical gauges. So you can change those modes, torque. I wonder what that does. That's kind of cool. Shows how the torque is. Drag race mode. Whoa, that's pretty cool. So, you know, has all these different types of things. So lots of stuff you can play around with. Like I said, the seats are beautiful. Like I said, the carbon fiber inlay is great. Yeah, man, this is just a nice place to be. Like I said, the only thing, maybe that knob, but other than that, yeah, man, this is nice. Very nicely done. Okay, so of course the part everybody loves is how does a 6'4" person fit in the back of one of these? I'd say snugly, but not uncomfortable. I mean, it feels pretty good. I mean, the seat's up on me. This is my normal driving position. So what we're simulating here is a 6'4" driver and a 6'4" passenger. How often that's going to happen? Probably not very often. As far as if you're a normal sized person, yeah, you're going to have no problem back here. Cup holder's good. A couple of USB ports down here. Vent controls over here with the little kind of aircraft jet looking jets coming at you. Yeah, pretty darn nice actually. Of course the seat backs adjust as well, so pretty nice. So yeah, so not too bad. I mean, you know, if you're an NBA star and you have an NBA family, maybe not the vehicle for you, but for a normal sized family, yeah, this is going to get the job done. As far as the trunk space goes, as you'd expect in any SUV, pretty darn good trunk space back here. It does have this lever here, kind of pull this, and the seat folds down. You do have your spare tire located under here. Actually, no spare tire. Oh, looks like it's one of those little kind of inflatable deals. So, not my favorite, but a lot of vehicles are going to it. You do have a power outlet back here as well, some lights as well. So yeah, not too bad of a size. And you do have kind of this cargo protector here, which I kind of like because it gives a little bit more privacy when you park the vehicle. People can't really look in and see what's in there. So, not too shabby at all. And of course, it does has the power door. So the performance of the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio are absolutely spellbinding. The performance of this vehicle is unbelievable. I mean, it is so fast. This has got to be one of the fastest SUVs available. Horsepower 505. The steering is unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable that this is an SUV. It is so precise. It really is mind-boggling. Transmission is unbelievable. The paddle shifters is super responsive. Suspension, unbelievable. We're in dynamic mode now. There's another mode to go if you wanted to, but yeah, I mean, it's spellbinding. Great turn in. I don't feel any body roll. This thing is just planted on the road. I mean, it is unbelievable how good the handling is. I mean, you can push it and you just keep coming back for more. I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is that good. This is an SUV that you don't want to mess with. I mean, if you've got a BMW M3, M5, all those kinds of things, I mean, you've got to show some respect here. This thing is, this car gets down and goes. It's impressive. So I know there's a good chance that you probably haven't had the opportunity to drive this vehicle. What I'm telling you need to do is you need to go to your closest Alfa Romeo dealership today and act like you're going to buy one. Even if you're not, just act like you're going to buy one and take this car for a test drive. It will change the way you think about SUVs. I guarantee it. I mean, it's that good. It really is. Yeah, this car, it eats up the corners. I don't even think it knows that we're on a road that has corners. I mean, it is so stable. It's so responsive. The steering is spot on. Transmission is great. Downshift, upshift, upshift. I mean, just almost telekinetic. I think that's the right word anyway. So the handling, like I said, is just unbelievable. Ride quality, actually very good. I mean, it's firm, don't get me wrong. Let's try some of these other modes here. And you can actually adjust the shock absorbers in the vehicle for different kinds of settings as well, different stiffness and hardness. So now we're kind of in the most, I guess you call it the smoothest mode, called A, which I mean is maybe active. The whole, basically it's called DNA, so dynamic kind of deal, and normal, and some other kind of mode that we're in now, A, which is basically the mode that you would not drive it in, but it's there. It naturally defaults just to N, which is kind of an intermediate setting, and yeah, what I must say, it's very comfortable. When you put it in the A mode, the shocks really do soften up, and yeah, suspension-wise, just feels kind of like a regular Stelvio. Not in the horsepower department. Only in Florida, it still goes, but it's a lot slower response in this A mode. This is a fun car. So, of course, as you'd expect, this vehicle has nice big paddle shifters. Metallic paddle shifters feel really good. Don't feel flimsy at all. Good contact patch, nice round, huge paddle shifters, actually very sports car like. The seats are fantastic. I mean, this is such a nice seat. It's sculpted right to you. Just feels really good. Has all the adjustments that you'd expect on it, basically, as far as lumbar supports, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, just a really nice seat. Obviously fully adjustable. The manual shift mode. Let's see if you can hear it here. Let me turn downshift. I mean, it's pretty much instantaneous. It's shockingly fast. Shift up. Nice. Yeah, nicely done. It's a nice car. So as far as the brakes on the Stelvio, they are bonkers good. So let's give her a quick brake test here real quick. Holy moly. I mean, it will send your glasses off of your face if you go any faster. I was only doing about 35, 40 there, and that thing stops. Wowzer. I mean, everything about it's great. The acceleration, turn in, exiting out of the corners, the flatness of the suspension, the body roll is non-existent. Traction is insane since you're all-wheel drive. I mean, I think this, I don't know, I mean, compared to the sedan, which is rear-wheel drive, this is impressive. This might be the way to go, unless you really want a sedan. I don't know. This won't be a tough one to beat. Bravo, Alfa Romeo. There you have it, folks. The Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio. I know the name is tough, but don't worry, you'll get it eventually. I may get it eventually as well. 505 horsepower, insanely fast. All-wheel drive, dynamic stability control, torque vectoring, 8-speed transmission, engine drive from Ferrari. I mean, everything you need to go fast in an SUV, you're going to get in this one here. I'd like to thank Mike Ward, Infiniti, Maserati, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Lamborghini for giving me the opportunity to review this vehicle. And if you want to take a look at it, please come down to Mike Infiniti. Again, thank you for joining me. Please subscribe, hit that help button, it really helps me so I can review more great vehicles like this for you. Thanks again, and have a great day.